They put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucks, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their veteran QB out of Michigan State. It's Brian Hoyer.
You have to give him a ton of credit throughout his NFL career. Undrafted, found his way into the league as a starter, and displays an amazing amount of toughness mentally and physically in trying to make his way in the NFL.
Now Hoyer. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a man who sat out 3 seasons. This is Tim Hightower. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go again with Hightower. And some room to roam now. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Hoyer. And he finds McDonald. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Here's Hoyer. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll look to throw again. And that is hauled in by Bolden for a Niner touchdown. Anquan Bolden, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
Special teams coaches spent a lot of time scheming things up, but this was just a bad return. Now the offense has a long way to go to try to put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And Brake has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good game. Good use of the pass there to pick up the 1st down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeForest Buckner, the 1st-round pick from Oregon, able to drop him for a loss of a couple. 2nd down, Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. On 3rd down, Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And 4th down coming up. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Hightower. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got time. And that is incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. And it's 4th down. Here's Steve Weatherford now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. And this is a guy who's been here enough. He can't use, hey, I'm a rookie as an excuse. He's been around.
He sat in the meetings. He's played the games. The coaching staff is showing much more confidence in him because the game plan has been expanded since the last time we saw him play.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. The play clock's running down. Now it's a bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Take Carradine in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline. Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his first carry, he loses the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Now Hoyer. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it first and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So the D-line's going to spread out. From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They run with Hightower. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. J.J. Wilcox in on the stop. Second down following the run.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
Hoyer. He's got time in the pocket. And he finds McDonald. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here's Hoyer. That's caught at the 2. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. And Quan Bolden with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First two drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll get 23 yards there, and it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. Got the guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And he loses the football a second time. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. 3 yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's brought in by Bolden. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now Hoyer finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Let's go.
inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down there, just 1 yard. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Gold is able to put it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. On third down, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. We get a glance at the Buccaneer defense as they file into position. And with a deficit here, they gave up the field goal last time, but with this deficit, Charles, how important is a stop on this drive?
Extremely. And you know that they heard it on the sideline. You know they heard it going out onto the field, and they're telling it to each other. No more points given up. We've got a chance to still get into this game.
As a defensive guy, you kind of like that challenge. So you don't want to be down, but do you like that challenge?
You don't want to be in that position, and you wish you would take...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down, 9 yards to go. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw here on first down. And going over the middle here to Curley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. '49ers line up at the 3. It's Brian Hoyer, a completion over the middle, and he finds his mark for the score. They'll take the early advantage. Buccaneers line up at the 41. The ball will pop loose here. Following the forced fumble, the quick pass and completion is made, and it leads to a touchdown. The 49ers up by 2 touchdowns. Buccaneers with the ball midway through the second. Jackson's got nobody around him on the catch, and he'll end up picking up 23 yards on the play. Buccaneers would later fumble away possession. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The drive starts with Sims. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Winston. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Winston from the gun on third down. He finds Humphreys. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And quickly, they get to the line. Jameis now on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. On second down, Winston again. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker, and on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. They'll run the option left. And he's got some space here. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you called it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Hoyer looking for someone to throw to. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. And Quan Bolden, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Here's Huff to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field.
Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the... Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
And Salek here, left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 4 down, here we go now. Check. 4 down.
They'll run the option left. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Hoyer. Surveying the field. Complete here to the right to Bolden. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third down now following the completed pass.
Tight is right. Tight is right. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's Hoyer. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Hey. All right, here we go. Green.
Here's the bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. It's caught. Humphreys. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll send the slot in motion left. 2nd down, Winston. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
First down, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Ready? Move ready. 97 to the white. 97 to the white. 550. Kill. Turn it.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Take Carradine in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Winston now from the 50. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On the carry, it's Hightower. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule, trying to get 4 downs on 1st down, they did that, plus 3.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're now saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right. Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will get into to the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. The second down throw for Winston. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Ready. Blue ready. Easy. Watch the twist. Flip.
3rd and long for Winston. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Will Hill. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for San Francisco, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more...